All right. Okay, we are live and direct. Come alive is reparations time. That's what time it is. Hi, I'm Kyle Thompson, and I am running for president for 2024. So check out the description and please do. This is the first, still in the first stages and things to get stuff together. So um, I'm excited to see how it might pin out. And things. We don't have candidates, so I'm electing myself. Um, got the title on Brittney Griner. Yes, the WNBA basketball player, and, that's locked up over there in Russia. And that's really sad. That's really, really sad. However, you need to be really aware of where you at and where you're going. It ain't where you're from, is where you at. Okay. Somebody should have told that little girl something real. I'm telling you, it's sad to see that happen, but what about the ones that's here in America? There's a lot of brothers and sisters that's wrongly detained here, and there's not an outroar cry for them. So, see, that's where we at. And the only reason why they really actually keeping her over there and stuff, and no one's really actually trying to bring her back, because she's a freedman. She's a Black American. And but it's a lot more of those Brittney's here in America, and Brittney's and Brad's, or just a lot of brothers and sisters, like I say, here in America, that's wrongly detained. And it's no, I mean, where's the conversation for them? Okay, so this is the conversation I want to have, and we're on today. Today is Friday, and so I got a little bit more time as far as to be here on the live. So we're gonna see if we can get some people coming on and give me some comments and some like, shares, and but let me hear what you got to say about this situation. I mean, should we be having the same energy for this people that's here in America? Because every day you look up, I mean, it's somebody new that's getting out of jail, that's been in there for 10, 15, 20, 30, 50 years, and they now say, oh, well, yeah, you didn't even do the crime, and they had spent all their life in jail for something they didn't even do. They didn't even do it. Had nothing to do with it at all. On the other hand, the young lady, Brittney, she had something on her. She had the oils. She had some weed with her. Okay, she had some marijuana. Yeah, she had this stuff on her. She knew better than that. You know that stuff is illegal here. Why would you take it somewhere else and think that you're just gonna travel around the world with this stuff? That's not. I mean, somebody should. I don't know who told you wrong, but they sure did. Hell, I ain't sure. Be skeptical and sure with the stuff here. Going on a plane with us in your own country. Sad, but where's the outcry for the people that's here that's wrongly detained? What do they get? I mean, I hope they get her out, and I hope, like I say, in 2024, if she's not out by then, before I become president, you're elect the people's president. If once I'm elected, I go get her. Shit, it's nothing to me. She don't deserve to be up in there. She messed up. But we all make mistakes. It's okay. It's just that's your learning curve. That's how we learn. That's how we live and learn. Get better. Get better at it. Things that we need to do, things we don't need to do. So it's like I say, we need to have the same energy for people here in America, because they wrongly detain a lot of people here. It's not only in Russia. They do it here too. Or they doing it just on Russia over there just for the Britain, because before her, No one was over there talking nothing about the other people that's over there. And then that's kind of messed up, because now since she's over there and they talking about getting her, and now the people that was over there that was locked up, they wasn't concerned about them, but now they gonna have a free ride off her. They're like, oh well, we gonna swap her and a couple more people, you know what I'm saying, that's over here from America for somebody that really don't need to be out at all here in America. I mean, it's no comparison. I wouldn't. I would be swapping dude out because he gonna do the same stuff. Oh, he's educated too here in America too about what's going on. He's too much. I mean, we got a lot of people that's walking amongst us right now that needs to be locked up. So that's why a lot of stuff has to be reset. That's why my intent to run for president is to reset America. Make a difference, make a big difference. I mean, 360. Because see, the things that we've been, Freedmen's, Black America's been shut out for so long on doing things. I mean, we still do our things. We still, we're still doing it. But I mean, Black people really ain't got nothing. As a collective, as a whole, no. And even as a single, I mean, you got some people got money. They live in, comfortably, living, doing what they doing. But no, still got. I mean, it's still a hole on you. It's still a hole on it. We need that to be total different now. We need to be able to move around much better. We need to be able to move around where we have that. Everybody should have no fear of anybody of that matter messing with you. See, it's only against for everybody else, but when it comes to Freedmen's Black people, it's like it's open season for us. No. That's why we need our own agency, the Bureau, our own agency, the Freedmen's Bureau. That would be modified. It's going to be modified. It's still going to cater to America, but it's going to cater to specifically Black Americans. Okay, it's going to be an agency that's going to protect Black Americans as far as with the policing and the policing agencies and things of that nature in the communities. But we'll be making sure that anytime you get stopped or you get pulled over, anytime you come in any type of you're confronted with any type of laws or lawmen that need to be make sure supervised over, make sure everything is okay, everything is de-escalated, nothing is escalated to a point where you have Black people being murdered, you have children being laid out in the middle of strip malls, parking lots being searched, and all type of nefarious things. A change needs to be made. And no, I take that back. No changes, because we've been going through this change stuff and ain't nothing changed. We need to make a difference and set a precedent. Okay. See, we need somebody to represent us to the fullest in this next presidency. Okay. We need a candidate that's gonna be all for reparations. Okay. All for the Freedmen's Bureau agency. Okay. And the thing that comes down below the Freedmen's Bureau, which is going to create more opportunities and jobs for Americans. Okay. Which is going to be able to create schools, more Freedmen schools. That's going to be focused on specifically careers, tech, and also trade. Because what we need to do here in America is so much of this racism that goes on, and all of these little Beckys, these white Beckys, this messing stuff up. Because see, we got too much energy we're doing, and we're not focusing on our nation, building the nation, so that way we can be more competitive to the other nations out there. We right now, we might be the richest or might be the baddest and stuff, but we really is behind in education and a lot of stuff, man. So we gotta, I mean, that's why a whole difference needs to be a whole transit, a whole new resurrection is about to take place here in America in 2024, because we have to get the average freeman, the black man and black woman, we have to get up out this rabbit hole that we are in, and we keep digging ourselves in. They help and they digging it in. We got to get ourselves out of this. The only way we're going to get out of this is we have someone to represent our interests. And we have to make sure, again, that they are for the black agenda. Black agenda is number one, first priority, because once we get the black agenda in line, then everything else will fall in line. And see, this the thing about it is that the American government has been really shortchanging themselves. I mean, not really too much, because they still play, the freedmen, the black Americans. They still play us like a fiddle every day. See, while we be thinking about getting up, going to work, and making money and chasing the dollar, with their riches, their wealth. I mean, they pretty good. They can do little stuff that we be like, no, we got to do that. We got to go to work. I mean, we catch that on our vacation, because they got a little foundation. They got foundational wealth, so they can do little things that we can't do because we don't have foundational wealth. So we have to do things that we can do, or we got to sing or dance. You know what I'm saying? And everybody can't sing, everybody can't dance, everybody can't rap. I mean, I know I can't. I ain't gonna try. I can rap in a different way, but not like that. I don't know, maybe if I put my mind to it, but that's never been something that I wanted to do. Being president wasn't something that I wanted to do, to be honest. But I mean, if it has to be done, I mean, if it has to be somebody that's going to represent, here I am. And that's how I feel, because, I mean, we know what needs to happen, but we don't, we don't have nobody to represent. I mean, the people that may represent, or we might think, I mean, they're not representing. The midterms and stuff is going on here. So far it's looking like everybody who Donald Trump is endorsing is pulling it off. Make you say, Now I know we got something going on as far as no tangibles, no votes. I'm down, because I ain't voted. Like I said, I ain't voted in 20 years. Let's see, 20 years. Yeah, the last vote I did and stuff was with in 2000 with the Bush and Gore. And after I seen how that panned out, I was kind of done with it. It was kind of, to my opinion, it was rigged. Like this one just passed was, to my opinion, was rigged. That's just my opinion. But that's why I'm starting early. Working, first step, getting stuff together and stuff, because I have other things I'm doing too. So this is a focus. This is something I have to focus on what's keeping me going right now. Yes, I do. I have to keep that going. So, but I wanted to come on here and do something live and talk about, like I say, the Brittney thing and the incarceration here in America. I mean, how you got a lot of people that's getting out, and then a lot of these people that's getting out, they getting out and they don't have no skills, no trades, can't even get a job. So it's really messed up for a lot of people, especially a lot of us freedmen getting out of jail, don't have nothing. Don't have some people don't even have no family to go back to. They've been locked up so long, everybody's passed. It's foreign. You know, you leave a community. I mean, heck, I left Chicago a long time ago. I can't go back. I mean, I can go back, but when I go back there, I ain't gonna. I mean, a lot of stuff has changed. A lot of stuff has changed. You know, a lot of things have changed. You can see the change. You can see a lot of stuff happening. You know, people move in, people move out. The inner cities is not like the inner cities that I once grew in. Now the inner cities is now they taking everybody out the inner cities. There's no the inner cities is trying to be suburban now. Suburban people move in the city, and city people move in the suburbs, and that's not cool at all. Mm-mm. No. The conveniences in the city. And see, that's the thing about it. You have a lot of rural areas don't have conveniences like cities, and that's need to be different than what it is now. See, that's the difference I'll make. I'll make every suburban, metropolitan area where you can be able to commute. Transportation be no problem. You got to do something. You got to be somewhere at a certain time. You're gonna get transportation. See, a lot of rural areas don't have transportation. A lot of rural areas don't have hospitals, good hospitals. Good rural areas don't have good schools where they can really build a trade and go right back in their community and build that up, build whatever they up in their community. We as freedmen, we have our focus is going to build somebody else's community up or somebody else's business. My father taught me a long time ago. I mean, well, yeah, how to bake, how to bake. My father was an entrepreneur. He had restaurants. He was a vegetarian. He didn't eat meat, so he had a lot of recipes he used to make that was non-meatless meals and desserts and stuff. Well, he used to make desserts and stuff with a lot. He did use um, um, animal byproducts. He was a vegetarian. He wasn't a vegan. Back in the 70s and in the 80s and stuff, it wasn't no vegans. They was just vegetarians. Um, Back then, vegans didn't come into effect. Probably like I would say like in the 90s. I started hearing vegans, and when I hear vegans and stuff, for a minute, um, I've heard them like in the white neighborhoods first because they was like, oh, it was vegan. I thought they was trying to be different than vegetarians because most vegetarians I know, I thought vegetarians was black. Because my father had a whole community. I mean, it's a whole community of vegetarians in Chicago. I mean, he had a lot of brothers and sisters. He was converting people, brothers and sisters, to stop eating meat and come in. It was people that still ate meat, but they'll still come to his restaurant because he served vegetarian food like the veggie burger and you still get veggie burger, fries, veggie pizza and stuff like that. You still get the same items, but it wasn't real meat. It was soy products, soy. And that's when everybody was into the soy. Soy was the thing, but now soy is not it. Especially if you're a man, you shouldn't eat no damn soy. That's why you gotta check your foods and stuff and make sure you ain't got no soy. Because if you eat soy, it can make it a little different. Yeah, make it a little different. So stay away from soy. But I mean, it was something alternative back in the 70s and the 80s that I grew up off of. So it was cool. It was cool. Things started, people started getting more educated on, the ingredients and stuff. And so, but the concept was there as far as, he was just basically making, just having the concept of just not making sure that you don't just, you don't have to eat meat. Okay. You don't have to eat meat. There's alternatives. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, when you learn how to be real creative and not eat meat at all, you know what I'm saying? You feel better. Feel different. So I say and drink. My father used to always say drink clean water. He was the original water man in the community. He used to Before people had dispensaries in their house, water dispensaries like today. I mean, almost everybody got a water dispensary. I grew up with the only one in on our block in our neighborhood. My father used to sell them to people who didn't have them, and then he'll sell them water so that way they have clean water. And it was 5 gallons, 5 gallon um, jug, just 5 gallon glass. They was glass. They wasn't like these now plastic. It was 5 gallon glass. They didn't have no handle. You had to grab them, throw them up. They glass. They break. They. Sure, my father used to always carry them waters all over the place, man, for everybody. He was be delivering, selling. He was original. He was the only brother in the community that was delivering water to the brothers and sisters in the community. Colored men were coming in the neighborhood. Well, my father would. So you could talk to him. Next thing you know, he said, "Hey, you drink some water?" Okay, yeah. You need to drink some water. He had cases he had cases on him. If he didn't sell you a 5 gallon one, he'll sell you just a gallon, and that was $1 back then. He'll sell it to you for $1. So yeah, it was very interesting. But my point is that, again, there was a lot of entrepreneurship, going on. So my father, he taught me how to, bake. If anything, if I need to, I can bake, bake bread and make some bread at the same time. So in other words, like say, a lot of brothers and sisters need some skills and trades. They need something that they can grasp on and learn and have a better learning environment where they're not being, intimidated, or they're not being terrorized, or just being circled out because they black. We need more schools that's not going to concentrate on that. We need to have, more, not so much laws, but just really just sensible thinking people to stop, trying to be who they, race, because it's tearing us down. Racism is tearing us down. It's tearing this nation down. Every time we got to stop because some idiot, wants to kill a black person, or wants to make a spectacle, or call the police because the person's black. That's time and money. And we lose that because of ignorance. We can gain it if we work together, become one, pay out reparations, give free health care, uh, forgive debt, just reset, start over, and make it right. Make it right. That's the main thing, to make it right. Let's reset America, y'all. Let's make it right. Not only for white, but for black. Make it right for black. For freedmen's. See, freedmen's. It's a lot of stuff that's coming up on the pipeline. So we got to, just be aware, And thank you for the people that coming in here that may drop a like or have a opinion, or, and don't get me wrong. I don't trip off people's opinions. If you don't agree with what I say, it's okay. Well, you just don't agree. But I ain't gonna be like, mad at you. You got your own point. I got people I was talking to, one of my partners, and he was talking about that. He said, man, he didn't agree, but that's my partner. That's my man. I don't care if you don't agree. It's a lot of stuff we don't agree on, but it's a lot of stuff we do agree on. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? That's how you think. That's how you think. But that's how, people think different. That's the thing. That's the way people think. You don't sit up here and talk about you, make you feel belittled or belittle you. Hey, you figure it out later on. Because there's a lot of stuff that I personally have to figure out, and I have to make sure that, hey, if I'm morally saying it right or doing it right or whatever, it's just so much I have to worry about myself in my life. So dropping opinions, having opinions about stuff is nothing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna have one. So that's where we are. But again, I think going back to the energy to giving Brittney, where that same energy here. Where's that same energy here? I know a lot of people that's been locked up and taken away and ain't been seen, is doing time. A nephew that just got out doing 5 years of something that he didn't even do. They held him in there for 5 years of his life, knowing that they didn't have no evidence. But they let him go. They let him go. 5 years. Had no evidence. Just want to hold them because they can get paid off every inmate in there. That's a residence. That's how a lot of these little small towns and stuff get populations more than what they had. They might have only really actually outside of the prisons. They only might have like 100. But with the prisons and stuff in a lot of these small areas and stuff, they might have prisons, people up like 10, 20,000 people up in there. So that makes that little small town 100 plus 20,000 inmates. And they count that. And that's how they get paid for having them. Take them out the cities and stuff and take them into secluded areas, small towns. You'll never know. Pump the economy up. Yeah. So what about those people? Do we just give up on them? I don't know. You tell me. Because I mean, if we gonna have energy for one person, we should have the same energy for everybody else. We should be able to make that difference around this country. That's why I'm running, to make a difference, to reset America. America needs a reset. Needs a reset, and we need that check cut. You want your check, and I want mine. So we gotta find a way to get that check, and the only way we gonna get it is be voting for me. You know, contribute to this campaign. I have no politics experience, no, but none of these other individuals neither. What type of really experience you need to have, other than just being American and being born here and being over the age of 35, and what other experience you need to have? Because I know my history. I might not know everything, but I'm familiar with the most important ones, like the president, the first one. Well, now see, there it is. So we can get all about, because the first president wasn't even George Washington. First president was black. But let's start with George Washington. He didn't have no political skills, none whatsoever. He fought the Revolution War. So he didn't have none of them chumps. None of them. What laws they had? What makes them have being laws? Because they made laws against black people. Because all these laws is not against them; it's for black people. Laws are made for black people. They include us in the Constitution. What, the first 12 amendments, we was included in the 13th, 14th, and 15th. But then when we came along, it still came along that if you do something wrong, you become a slave now. So that's the whole thing, is that they try to convert us back to slaves by locking us up, and unlawfully, let's just say that. A lot of times it's unlawfully. And so a lot of times it's people that's probably dead wrong. And if you're dead wrong, you're dead wrong. Yeah, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. That's what I heard a long time ago. So yeah, but a lot of people is in there that's they need the numbers, and they put people in there just because. Yeah, a lot of states and stuff. Believe me, I know. Sure, I've been outside of Chicago. I've lived outside of Chicago. I've been all over, this country. Damn near. certain parts I haven't really visited yet, but not really too fond on it. Not really, but I'll probably go later, But a lot of places I've been a lot of places like California. I used to always want to go to California. Always want to live kind of in California. Now, shoot, I don't even want to look that way. California is not what it used to be. What it is not nothing. Like we used to, think about looking at Soul Trains. I always want to go to California to get on Soul Train and stuff. I've been in California. I mean, I've been to southern and the northern part, the Bay Area. It's nice, but it's just so expensive now. And that's another thing, what I'm saying. The homeless population in California as well, they're all over. I mean, they off the chain. That's another thing that has to be tackled too, as well as homelessness. That's a very, 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 very concerned issue for me, because 2024, a lot of these homeless people don't have. You have some homeless people, they live in their cars and stuff. They don't just have a home, and they working class. But then you have some that don't have work class. Then you have a lot of homeless people. They just don't have time to do certain stuff, even to sometimes go vote. So we have to be a voice of our homeless people. Because most of the homeless people are like, most of them are black. Most of them lost their houses. They lost, yeah, man. When you lose, just even losing a car, losing your transportation can throw you off. That could throw you all off, man. I mean, really. And a lot of people is like living like, I mean, they living, surviving, and that's about it. That's about it. But we need to be elevating. We need our reparations, y'all. Reparations are needed. So, listen, I'm not gonna probably be on here too much longer. I'm gonna try to come back a little later on. I'll be trying to see if I can get at least about a couple of people come in on the live chat. But if it's not too much, nothing popping right now. And like I said, it takes some time. So I'm not trying to basically rush things or anything, because we got time. We got big time. But because I'm still kind of like working on getting some of this YouTube, these videos together. Excuse me. Like, what do I have to do? I mean, how can I tweet it? Things of that nature, titles and, content and stuff. I really don't want to. I want to come in basically talk more about my position of running for president. And that's why I come on and just let everybody know I run for president. I'm Kyle Thompson, the people's president, your president-elect. I'm running on a reparations platform. I have no politics experience, anything, but I am an entrepreneur, so I have a lot of big business experience. And this is what this will be, is a business transaction, basically. So I started my first, like I said, I'm starting my first stage of it, working it up, seeing how things go. I got time. I want to have a goal. My goal is to just keep on doing what I'm doing as far as videos. I'm on Twitter, and I'm also on TikTok. Twitter, I'm still trying to get used to that too. So, and then I have other things, like I said, in the makings, because I run a company. Like I said, I have a digital marketing agency. I'll be getting a website real soon, but that comes along as things build up. I want to thank the people so far. I do have individuals that have donated to me, to the campaign. And like I say, I'm not tripping. It's not so much of what what you give me, is what you could give me. Okay, so I appreciate them twos and fews. Okay, yeah, and let's just try to work to make this happen. Let's talk. Let's stop talking about it and let's be about it. Let's find somebody. If it's not me, what I'm saying, as a candidate that you might think that you might not get the word, or you might not think, if I don't get the goal, well, that's cool. What I'm saying. If we can find somebody other than me that you know what I'm saying can be that front man for Freedmen's, to understand what we really need. Yeah, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for it. But right now I don't see nobody that's lined up for that. So that's why I'm starting right now my campaign. And I don't know if it's early or if it's not early, but I know it's before, because after November, I know they're gonna be start focusing on the presidential. So I'm putting it in right now, what I'm doing, and let's do it from there. You know, do it from there. Go from there. Um, Once I get to that point, I'm gonna get a banging. I'm gonna lay out the website. I'm just gonna be banging, and then I'm gonna be able to do more and stuff as far as getting more exposures and stuff to the website, so that way everything can be laid out, so I don't have to be getting pieces and bits on it, by just talking over the wave. But that's how I'm gonna do everything, and I'm gonna probably, like I said, I'm trying to be kind of like, like, okay, let me put something on so maybe people can hit this and hear a little information about the world. But I mean, all this, the news and stuff. I mean, with all this stuff, everybody be talking about it. I just put the title on there, so maybe that might be something that maybe you might want to listen to and see what I'm talking about. Because I am talking about people that's here in America that's wrongly accused. And if you think that needs to, we need to, make that happen, make that, totally different than what it is now. Hey, comment on that. That's why I'm running. It's a lot of stuff that needs to be flipped upside down, because I mean, the way we learn stuff is backwards. In the Western world, it's backwards. I mean, that's for another whole video and stuff like that. But the way we learn is backwards. The way we learn is backwards. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we have some real smart backwards learning people. But a lot of stuff that people would really understand is backwards, man. It's like, oh wow, And when you start learning the truth about certain things, it makes you upset, because they've been teaching you so much stuff so many years. And you're like, why is that? And you have these questions. Even when I was younger, I used to trip out. I have questions and stuff. But as I started really learning and teaching myself and exposing myself with more materials and stuff, it's like, and you learn stuff, because it was like before this internet and stuff. There was stuff that I used to always search, and we had encyclopedias, all type of books going, and you have all these type of books, and you have more books that was really out here that you can go, especially you go to underground bookstore, you find so many underground books, and you can go and read those books, and they give you a lot of information, okay, and to be the truth. You be unraveling the truth of what's really going on, what's happening, but so now we got the internet, and we got so much information. We on the information highway, and you got so much information out here. But it's like tripped out, because you be like, you still didn't learn that lesson? You didn't know that was going on? Or, I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of tripped out, because now you have stuff. I've noticed even stuff on the internet that you go up in there. Certain stuff they have two versions of things. They have the truth, and then they have the stuff that they play off the truth, which ain't the truth really, but they play off of it. And you're like, wait a minute, hold on, that's not what I read last time in the book. Well, that's not what I remember. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of it was some things that I kind of like, I kind of question, but it's okay, because I still know what was what, and I still gonna believe what I believe. Because I do that just by experience. You know what I'm saying? By experience. And I've been very experienced in this world about a lot of stuff. Even if I wasn't really directly in it, it was indirectly in me to be aware of it. Yes, to be aware of it, because you have to be aware of your surroundings. I think the way I was brought up, it was always to be aware. Kind of check your surroundings, because you got to. You pull out on you real quick, and you ain't seen nothing. You haven't seen nothing. Things. I had people pull out on me. I'm like, oh wow, But I was young. I didn't know. I didn't know no better. But as I started walking the streets of Chicago a little bit more often, then I started really actually paying attention to a lot of stuff. Pay attention. That's just and when you pay attention to stuff, you kind of don't be, mis, misconceive information, like taking narcotics over to another country. No, that's I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is at all. But yeah, just being in the inner city makes you aware of stuff, especially like that. That makes you aware. Walking in the streets, if you can't have weed on you and around the neighborhood and in a hot area, you won't have it on you. You go put it up. Come outside without it. If you're moving stuff, you go make sure you make that drop, and that's it. Move it. Get it off your possessions, and then handle your business later, where you go somewhere else and do what you're gonna do. Handle your business first. She ain't handle her business. She over there on some business. They ain't even handling. Yeah, you ain't got on, but you didn't make it back, so you didn't handle the business. The business still wasn't handled. You didn't bring the check back, or did you? Or did you have a direct deposit? Now they spending. They just taking the money and using it. Yeah, they gotta use that money because sure, the guy still live. Since it's trying to use it to bail you out, because you ain't getting out. So sad to see. That's sad, man. That's sad. So you somewhere in a foreign country, and they making a mockery out of you. It might be looking like they cool with you, but no, they not. Because if they was, they'll let your ass go home. They got, you got no other choice but just to be sitting up there, la la, and kikiing with them for the time being, until you realize when you go to sleep at night, well, they're not really your friends. No, they're not. And then, a lot of times we got to be careful, who we say we are and stuff, because, certain, cliques and organizations and stuff, they ain't for you, as we see about this one. No one came out to say anything about her. So, hey, we understand. It's because you're black. Or you got some black in you. We can see it. Yep. That's the only way. But that's not really it, too, neither, because they just doing it, too, because you're American. But let's put it like this. You're a black American. Because normally, black people are not really actually good uh, bargaining tools to use. I mean, what? I mean, they know they don't care for black people here, so they don't care. They know that no one's going to come for her. They're not going to even entertain no swap. They care less about dude. He ain't trying to get dude out. I don't even think he probably know dude like that. Be like, we don't care about him. Who is he? Oh, no. But yeah. The midterms are coming. They're going to be ending really soon in November, because they're going to be here. And then we're going to be on a presidential campaign. They trying to get Donald Trump out of here. He's not coming back. They don't want him to become president because he'll be a shoo-in for it. They're trying to get mustered up some other people that they can probably try to spin this because it's gonna be somebody that's coming out talking about reparations and stuff on something, and it's gonna be somebody coming out other than me, but they're not gonna be talking about nothing. They're not gonna talk about nothing. We need a Freedman. We need a Freedman that's gonna go up there and fight and take it. Our reparations. We need a Freedman that's gonna do what it need to be done. To not hesitate, and I won't hesitate at all, y'all. You got me messed up if you think I'm gonna hesitate one time to cut that check to make sure everybody we get our reparations. I just think about it every day. 2024 ain't going no further. I think about every day me being president. Y'all electing me, the people's president, president-elect, and make this difference. Let's make this difference, y'all. Let's make this happen, and let's reset America. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna end this live now. But thank you very much for y'all. Appreciate your contributions, your donations, your listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll be trying to come up with more content and stuff. And basically, it's just my word is to get out is that I'm Kyle Thompson's running for president, and I want to be your president of the United States of America in 2024. So let's do it. Let's reset America, y'all. I know what needs to be done. I know what needs to be done. Okay? I know. So if I know what needs to be done and I'm going to take the weight, I need y'all to help me, be there with me, and let's do this together. Let not this be just an individual thing. Let it just not be just me. No, it's togetherness, because we're going to bring America together. I'm going to bring America together. You're going to bring America together. We are going to bring it together. Kyle for 2024. Contribute, make contributions, and I'll see you on the next live. All right. Enjoy your day. Peace.